Proace 2018. We'll be stripping it all out. There's a racking at the front as well. It's got the twin doors. So yeah, it's got this rack at the front. It's got a bulkhead, which will also be coming out. So just going into the cab. Very nice instrument display. It's got all the mod cons. I'm not used to any of it. I've only had old vans before. Let's get started.
When you said goodbye to me,
We're going to put these battens in under the floor. So these are 19.5 high planed battens, but the idea of this is so the floor is really secure and anything we attach to it is going to be solid. These battens are going to be glued down with a strong adhesive, so we don't have to drill through any of the floor, don't want any holes in the bottom of the van. This is the vapour barrier going in, and we want to keep this away from the beams so the floor will sit flush. So I'm just cutting out all the little areas around the supports. Now to get this floor in permanently, it's going to be screwed to the framework that was built. You can see that in the part 2 video. Adhesive, spray it onto the panels first, then onto the fabric and work from the top down. That makes it easier because you can use a bit of gravity and kind of stretch it into place. You can get this line on eBay, it comes in different colours. It's about £5 a metre and the rolls are 2 metres wide. I think it was about 4 meters for the van, so not too much, but I'm not doing the full walls like in some vans. Some pre-made ply panels that I made in episode 2, so have a look at that if you want to see how they were made. But yeah, just cutting out the shelves, little shelf unit for your like phone and stuff, and there's going to be a little charging point in there, and they're going to be lit with some LED strip lights. going to paint them white, as you can see here. So I ended up gluing and screwing the shelves to the 6mm panels. Now I'm just screwing them back into the van permanently. Countersunk these screw heads so they can be filled afterwards and then painted over, so it all looks seamless. Now I'm going to get onto the wiring once these are all set in place. Creating an L-shaped section for the nosing like this allows you to hide the screws under the floor. So I'm just fixing this all in, and then we'll go in with the laminate over the top. This drawer is going to house a couple of tools I'd like to keep in the van. going to do a full video on the electrical system, but just a quick overview. I've got each panel, which is 120 watts, 360 watts altogether, which will charge my batteries in around 7 hours from flat. What I've designed and what I'm building here is a rock and roll style bed, but side mounted in 2 sections. So the aft section can be pulled out to create an L shape, and then the forward section pulls out to create the entire bed. I'm using heavy duty draw runners with locks so they can lock in the closed position and not swing open when you're driving. And then when they're out, they do take 75 kilos each, but I am going to also attach some legs for extra support.